And
what do you think are the big issues in the race for U.S. Senate?
Oh man, well, not just the race for U.S. Senate, but I mean, we're in deep trouble. This country is in deep trouble, and none of the Republicans or Democrats even talk about the big problems that are the reason we're in big trouble. We're facing the biggest fiscal challenge that we have, and it's huge, is Medicare. Medicare is facing a $36 trillion shortfall in the next 75 years. That's almost 3 times the GDP. And it's going to go negative in 8 years. Right now, there's, this is going to hit us hard in about 8 years.
Well, it's hitting us now. I'm a nurse.
You are?
Oh, yes.
I'm an RN myself.
Are you?
Yeah.
So, working in a hospital?
Oh, private hospital. Where do you work?
UConn.
Okay.
Was at St. Francis, but right now I'm working with a population that's very mixed. We've got 24-year-olds and we've got 103, 106-year-olds.
Okay.
And we're sending people home that can't walk. And their spouse is just as bad as them, but Medicare won't pay. I've sent someone home on an ambulance because we couldn't get him into a chair. And this woman that uses a walker has to take care of him because Medicare won't pay.
Well, so that's that's the biggest one. But the 2 other biggest fiscal issues are Social Security, which has a $12 trillion shortfall coming up the rest of this century, and then the national debt and the budget deficit. The national debt is $12 trillion now. It doubled between 2000 and 2008. 20 years ago, I was really upset that the national debt was $2 trillion. And now it's $12 trillion. It just keeps getting worse. This is what I'm talking about when I said earlier that we send Republicans and Democrats to Congress, and I'm hoping they're going to fix things. And things just keep getting not just worse, but much worse. I mean, the national debt doubled in 8 years, and they predict that it's going to double again in the next 5 to 10 years. And it's going to get to the point where we're going to have runaway inflation, and we're going to have a fiscal crisis that makes this one look small in comparison if we don't start getting our debt under control. And so I'm for fiscal sustainability. I hate labels. People say I'm a liberal, I'm a conservative. It really doesn't mean anything. You send a liberal to Congress, you send a conservative to Congress, neither one of them do anything. We need sustainable policies. And that means increasing revenue and decreasing spending. And the way we can increase revenue is through tax fairness. Right now, somebody who makes $100,000 a year pays $6,000 in Social Security tax. You know how much somebody who makes $2 million a year pays? $6,000. They pay the same amount. There's an income cap on Social Security tax.
Social Security tax. Yeah.
Social Security tax. So Social Security is relatively easy to fix. You remove the income cap, and you do some means testing on outlay to reduce spending. Somebody who's wealthy, all right, you did pay into Social Security your whole life, but I'm sorry, you don't need it. We're going to have to do some means testing because we're facing a $12 trillion problem.
What's the, people say that's unfair. What's the...
It is unfair, but so anyway, if we do that, we could actually lower the Social Security tax to 5% if we did those 2 things. Medicare is a bigger problem because there's no income cap on the 1.45% Medicare tax. And that's why health care reform is critical.